So tonight, Governor Edwards says the fight is not over after state lawmakers overturned his veto of House Bill 648, which deals with health care for transgender youth. Lawmakers making the move on this, the first day of the veto session. In his statement, the governor says he expects the courts to throw out this ban, just as they did with the congressional district maps approved by state lawmakers. And as Taylor Toole reports, it's a legislative battle that's far from over.
It was a full house at the state capitol on Tuesday as dozens gathered to see the fate of House Bill 648, a ban on gender-affirming care in transgender youth, including but not limited to medical, surgical, mental health, and pharmaceutical care, a bill previously vetoed by Governor Edwards.
They are constantly walking in this building, knowing there are people in here who actually want to hurt them and who want them to leave safe.
A tumultuous day at the state capitol as the debate over House Bill 648, also known as the Stop Harming Our Kids Act, continued. A two-thirds majority of lawmakers in both the House and Senate voting to override the governor's veto on this measure, authored by Republican Representative Gabe Ferment.
20 states have already passed similar legislation to protect their children, including every single one of our neighboring states. If we don't pass this bill, Louisiana will become the destination for children across the entire South to undergo these life-altering, irreversible medical experiments.
Dozens of people showing up to voice their thoughts on the matter.
I just think it's really unfortunate. So trans kids deserve respect. And we have a lot of practice calling kids what they want to be called, calling people what they want to be called. So I take particular offense to some of the stuff that they're doing. We
don't allow children to smoke before 18. We don't allow them to drink before 21. And so we don't want them to make changes to their bodies that are cannot be reversed until they're adults.
In the Senate chamber, Acadiana's local leaders giving their final statements. Senator Fred Mills, chair of the Senate Health and Welfare Committee, casting the tie-breaking vote to defeat the ban earlier this summer, standing by his decision with much flack from the Republican majority.
A physician and a patient and a parent should make that decision and not a lawmaker. So that's basically what I've been consistent with. I've always been consistent that a doctor knows best, not a legislator.
Senator Gerald Boudreaux from Lafayette with this message.
Don't lose faith, don't lose hope, and don't lose courage. They are part of the Acadiana community, and we represent everyone when we're elected to serve.
Now, this special veto session began here at the state capitol noon Tuesday with a mandatory adjournment by no later than July 22nd. But it only took lawmakers one day to come to a legislative conclusion on this bill, along with many others. Still, they tell me they believe that this bill in particular, House Bill 648, will be hitting the courts very soon. In Baton Rouge at the state capitol, Taylor Toole, KATC TV3.